Yo everyone, welcome to Amps, Pedals and Pickups. My name's Nathan. Today we're going to be checking out this Mutt pedal from Utility Belt FX. I mean, take a look at this thing. It's basically Blink-182 in a box. You've got the Mesa boogie side over here, you've got the Marshall side over there. Use the blend knob in the middle to get the sort of tones that you want to get. I did a quick little mix of this, so let's pull that up. Got some sweet footage here, which I call showcase in all my videos. Let's check out the showcase, let's check out the mix, and then we'll do a playthrough of everything you can get out of the Mutt pedal from Utility Belt FX. Pretty awesome stuff sounding there. If you like what you hear, make sure you like, subscribe, let me know how that mix went and everything. Now, if I didn't explain it already, that was the Mutt pedal straight into the return loop. So just using the power amp of the 5153 here. Now, before we dive into the video, I will say this is an unsponsored video. I'm just a customer like you. There's no referral links or anything. I paid full price for this one to come to Australia. We'll talk about price and availability and all that kind of stuff at the end of the video. I just wanted to say, not a sponsored video. You know, I'll turn off the pedal. I've unfortunately stationed the pedal there to the point that I don't want to be switching it off and on because I'm going to move it. I've got a whole network of cameras and stuff going on here. It's going to mess up. So I'll turn it off once now and then we'll just leave it on the whole time. So this is what the tone sounds like. If I was to do the split coil thing. Alright, so I've got everything going to these settings, that same riff, this is how it's sounding. Alright, let's take a listen to the 100% Mesa side, so we'll flick the blend knob all the way over. When I first used this pedal, I was surprised how much gain there was. We'll leave it around there. Mess with the EQ tone stack a little bit. But yeah, let's go everything at noon. There are so many things that can affect tone. Like this is a BareKnuckle BlackHawks that I'm using here. I'm using a GGD Cali IR. Typically, these pickups and that IR are going to be a little bit bright. So for these to be at noon, a little bit muffly, but I mean, that's probably pretty indicative of the Mesa Boogie in general. So I typically am cranking this treble just to get started. I mean, even just that move there, the gain and the treble there, and then I can mess around with everything else. So that's pretty much how this triple Erectifier side is sounding. This is a very clean side, especially compared to the other one. The most distortion you're going to get out of this is just a little bit of light crunch, and obviously because the plan there is to blend it in, but it's definitely not a sort of distorted channel on its own. It's a very, very clean channel. Like that's as distorted as you're getting. All right, that's what I've landed on for the most distorted side of the Martian 182. Still punk, you know, you can do some body jar stuff like. You know what, I'm going to try and get it clean and then we'll mess around with blending things. So we'll bring that gain down. Just turned on some heavy reverb because I got some cool sounds going out of it. So we're massively going down on the gain a little bit, compensated with the level. It's clean, but it's got that little quacky edge of a Marshall. Or if you like play really hard into it. Alright, so that's what that's sounding like. Let's blend the two together. Let's bring them together. Alright, so that's what I've landed on. Actually took me a minute or two to dial this in. I had to roll back the gain a little bit just to get things sort of more cohesive. And, you know, I guess as I use this more, going to get familiar with it, just learn all the quirks and everything. So this is a clean sound first with a little bit of distortion behind it, and then we'll do the reverse next time. So that same Lars Frederiksen and the Bastard riffs. It's an interesting tone. It definitely works for some riffs and doesn't work for others. So I just flicked everything over to the Mesa side, dialed it in quickly. I mean, this Mesa side is going to be the meat and potatoes. You can see the amps in the background. I'm a high gain guy, punk, metal, all that sort of stuff. So having this as a bass tone. Just blending in like a little bit of the clean stuff. That to me is probably where I'm going to do most of the stuff on this pedal. Okay, so same Martian 182 settings. Let's blend things in. honestly, that to me is the sweet spot. I can hear just a little bit of that chime coming through, and that's all I want, just a little bit of that transient attack going on. So there you go, that's my look at the Utility Belt FX, the Mutt pedal. What a cool looking pedal. You know, half the allure for me is just how it looks. It happens to sound pretty damn good. You don't have so much gear here that mixing and matching this stuff's going to be a blast. And, you know, I ran it into the EVH Stealth 100 there. I haven't had time to run it through the Marshall JVM back there, or the Mesa Boogie, or the ENGL. Different sort of power amps are going to give it different sort of flavors, even some solid state ones that I got over here. So I might do a bunch of testing with this and see if I find any golden combinations of stuff. But safe to say, this Mesa side I really gel with. You know, in terms of distortion, I was worried that things wouldn't be too gained up, but it's totally usable, and I'm pretty happy with the sound of everything. I don't gel too much with the Martian side, but I think that's just something I need to get used to messing with the tone stack. One other thing to note is I did have to use the power amp to crank the EQ a little bit. So on the EVH, I cranked the presence. If you have an EQ pedal, something like that would definitely help out with this, because I think just trying to get things with the tone stack alone, if you have the power amp at noon, sometimes you might have to mess with things a little bit. So if you have a power amp that just has like a presence and depth sort of control, which most of them do, I think adding a bit of presence is going to help you out here. Now, in terms of price, this did used to be priced at $349, and he recently dropped it to $299. It's a pedal that I wanted to get for a while, and every time I sort of had the spare funds to get it, they were out of stock. And I just happened to check my emails, and he dropped the price to $299, which they're at now. And he did have stock, and I was like, hey, with the world and tariffs and everything going on, I'm just going to order this at $299 and get it shipped to Australia. So it was a pretty penny to get across here, but if you like the sound and looks and everything that this one does, then you know, you gotta pay for it sometimes. So if you have any questions about the Mutt pedal, let me know in the comments below. If you want to join my Discord, do that, subscribe, and like as always. And yeah, I might be doing a follow-up to this one, so if you have those comments, chuck them below, and then I'll collate them, and if I do a follow-up video, I'll read those and answer all your burning questions. This one here. If you stuck around to the end of the video, you're a legend. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Yeah, little Mutt.